Greetings, one and all, to your weekly dose of 10 o'clock. I am still here, Loz is over there, and we have our special guest this week of Faven.
Woo!
Yeah. So
I don't have.
he's so pretty. You know, just look at him. He's just so beautiful. Anyway, along with his amazing abilities to give Loz a face again. So yes, that's him, Loz.
Oh yeah!
Yep.
I'm thanking you for that so much. About that, yep.
Right, okay. He remembers the other stories, but not the fact that...
Remember the slugs?
Yeah, the famous slugs. That's my fucking legacy.
Not the ability to give Loz back a face. Anyway, and yeah, we're here 10 o'clock. We 304. We do our thing every week, and this week we have an amazing guest of Faven with us. So first things first, emblems. So Faven, earlier up in the conversation, I sent you 2 emblems where you get to choose which one you like the most, or you could use whatever criteria you want. Which one is the winner of the week?
Obviously, it's the dying baby in space.
I think that's a spaceman, like an astronaut, not necessarily a baby.
Fine. It's that one.
Okay.
I feel it's on point for Warframe, for sure.
Dying baby.
Also, like I don't want to shit on the creator here. I just feel it's minimal amount of effort for maximal amount of output, kind of thing. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the CRC thing is nice for sure.
Yeah,
but it's not a dying baby in space.
It's not a dying baby in space, so you're kind of fighting upstream there, my man.
Okay, I genuinely thought Loz's the ZRC thing was going to win, but apparently I was wrong.
Baby in space.
Yep.
Baby in space.
Baby in space. Okay, that needs to be the subtitle of this episode. Cool. Right, okay, so that's it for the emblems. Moving on to dojo dusting. So the upcoming 305th episode of 10 o'clock will be recorded early next week, so there's high chance we will leave out the community responses, but maybe we will tackle them for 306. Lars, well, you're looking confused.
Fine.
Cool. Then for 307, during the course of September, we're going to have the Patreon guest, and we're going to have Shadrad, who will be the next guest after Faven. And that's it for the course of September. We're not looking to have other guests. September is a horrible month for me because I've got to look to move and things, so whatever time I have to do 10 o'clock, we might have to jump on it last minute on a Sunday or something. It's just easier not to have guests for this horrible period. And then after I've moved and everything, I'm going to have to look to, when I can actually get back up and running, because I still need to. I've already literally had confirmation of the move yesterday, so I now need to contact internet service providers and look to get that all sorted out, which is yay, fun and effort. Right, so that's it for dojo dusting, unless Loz has anything. Nope. Moving on to the cards for last week. Yes. Yes. Oh, Faven's excited.
I will now give you my hot takes.
Okay, so first question we asked last week: which are you more excited for, Gauss or Grendel? Right. So 80 people responded. 27% said that they didn't care. 33% said Grendel. 38% said Gauss. Faven.
Obviously, Grendel. Gauss is just a budget vault, so whatever. I don't care. Grendel is a trunky boy, girl, whatever, gender fluid, doesn't matter. It's trunk, so trunk.
Loz?
I can't beat that, but I just want my Gundam frame. Gauss is going to be my Gundam frame, and I just openy bits.
There's nothing Gundam about it, is there?
Openy bits!
There's nothing Gundam about it.
Openy bits!
Nothing.
Fine.
No, fine. It's all about Grendel.
I'm excited for both of them, to be honest. The thing is, I would like a both option, because these seriously 2 frames together. Because like Hildren I was really excited for, but Wisp I was like, this is the last time we're seeing like multiple frames that I'm really excited for. So I'm excited for both.
Also, like, I mean, I'm leaning towards don't care, because like the only burning issue for me in Warframe is Sword and Shield for Tenno. So
elaborate.
Yeah, it's just because it's awesome. Like, it's fun to do. However, I don't think people use Sword and Shield, because my assumption is that they're shit. Do they? Do people use them?
I don't know, because like, I've been using Sword and Shield. what was it? Sigma and Octantis?
It feels like it's one of those things people use for cosplay.
No, I was using it in conjunction with the Javlox Augment mod, which meant that I was dealing 4,000% of the damage dealt to me back whenever I blocked. And so enemies were just one-shotting themselves. It was brilliant. So for that reason alone, I think Sword and Shield is just lol-worthy.
But it really annoys me that Sword and Shield clearly are in need of a unique weapon feature. But their block, I think they share their block they used to anyway. I don't even know how it works these days with the new melee system. But no, I think it's still in flux. It's not finished yet. It's not clear how it's going to work. I know how currently it works is that it shares its block value with things like heavy sword, the bigger weapons. So there's nothing unique for Sword and Shield. And then they put in a really cool mod, which is I can't remember the name of it, the one that draws aggro focus, right? That clearly should have been just for Sword and Shield. And they let every melee weapon equip it. So any melee weapon, you hold block and you would gain aggro from, I don't even know how that works now, though, but you just gain aggro from mobs. Clearly that should have been specifically for Sword and Shield, because you are going around and tanking. And they just don't seem to want to do it. Ever since the first, was it Silver and Aegis was the first one?
Mm-hmm.
They pumped that out, and it was just like, there we go. I think the stats on that originally were worse than the base scanner, which is really sad. And then since then, they brought out the Akenbrunt, which was not too impressive either. And they've never, they're there. It's really sad. It's not. I think people like them, and I think people would like to see more. But DE really doesn't support them in any interesting way.
Yeah. So I think the issue is that there's too many swords in Sword and Shield. Maybe it just needs to be Shield and Shield.
Yeah.
Shield meta.
Yeah. You should be able to punch while dual wielding shields. Punch.
That is like, honestly, that is my only wish in any game. Is like, I just want to dual wield shields.
Yeah.
Just walking around like, like those people who, when you're training attack dogs and shit like that. I'm gonna look like one of those people. Wielding around with 2 shields on each arm.
Oh.
Just bite me.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I think the problem is that melee it's not in a good place. I feel that maybe they've even ditched melee 3.0, because like that was a huge priority at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, we're August, we still haven't had a follow-up update.
Maybe they're ditching it and just going straight to 4.0.
Yeah.
Well, they ditched 2.5, so probably.
Or maybe they'll just take over Android's, naming instead, because they're going away from whatever cupcakes or whatever names they have for the operating systems. Maybe DE will pick up that melee, melee fruitcake, and then melee raspberry and melee whatever. I'm just giving them gold here, and I feel like they're not going to be listening to this.
Oh no, they wouldn't. Like no one at DE has the time, patience, or acceptance of bullshit for 10 o'clock. So it's fine. This name was going to be theirs for primetime, but they passed up on a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
And, we got to sully it with our
ramblings.
Yes. Right. Okay. Should we move on to the second graph?
Yes.
Second graph. Right. Early Railjack or feature complete Railjack. 78 people responded. 10% said that they didn't care, and they're wrong. 32% said early Railjack, and 57% said feature complete Railjack. So the idea is, would you rather see something that's more of a complete package, but months later, or would you like to see, you can now build the room in the dojo. You can't build the Railjack or anything. Or
I feel there's less bias coming from you here.
Why is there bias coming from me?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like you're putting early Railjack in a bad light.
I'm excited for it. But I think I'd rather see it
feature complete. Yeah,
I think I'd rather see it feature. I would rather them take the care and attention to make it more feature complete than what happened with Arcwing, where it barely got a look in. It didn't have nearly enough substance, and then has just been left by the wayside.
I still can't do Arcwing without getting motion sick and like throwing my computer out of the window.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm an old man or something like that. I also get motion sickness from playing Doom, so hey ho.
Did you get motion sickness from Warframe?
No, from Arcwing.
No, from regular Warframe though.
No. It's but yeah, first person. Like, it's just weird. Like, yeah, don't enjoy Warframe, which hindered me for a very long time in actually completing any quests.
Have you tried?
Yes.
Have you tried with 6 Degrees of Freedom?
That's the new one. Yeah, I don't think I played it because they updated it like a year ago. Or
it was quite a while ago. They put in the 6 Degrees of Freedom. People pitched a fit, so then they made it a toggle, so you could either go experimental flight mode or just leave it as regular work on a horizontal plane.
Yeah. Can't remember, to be honest. Like I was so over the moon that I just like finished that Arcwing bullshit to be able to kind of go and save Clem for the 235th time.
What like this? Sorry, this is really interesting to me, and I've clearly derailed us. But what about Sharkwing? Regardless of the fact that it's a waste of space, does that make you motion sick?
Not as much, I think.
What about Skywing? So flying around in the plains in Orb Valis.
I haven't tried that.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. Seeing as it would have a horizon and
I think it's the horizon thing that kind of helps.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool. Right. Enough of dissecting that.
Yes, but I'm personally vote for feature complete rail track.
Loz?
For sure.
I'm same with feature complete. I know that we're in a period where people are like clamoring for content, and it's that lull period, just before the big whatever release.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I wouldn't mind them taking an extra month or 2 months and putting in and making giving some extra chunky features in there than shipping it out. And it's like, oh, but things are coming, and so everyone goes mental at the first bit, completes everything that comes in that first wave, and then just sits there stewing, saying, oh, it's not that good, and oh, there's not that much to it, and then they don't come back or comment on it 6 months down the line when all the intended features and all the meat comes in that you can really sink teeth into. So just maybe push it back, but just get it all. But I don't know. They said they're going to release it in stages, so we're probably going to get the dojo building, which will probably take us a month because they'll make it a quest line, and then they're building the ship, and that'll take us a while. And then the ship can't fly for some reason, and then we'll get like just flying around nowhere space. Then the missions will slowly trickle in.
Yeah,
so
or just bobbing around in water.
Yeah. That's it. Next one.
Say that as soon as I start pouring a drink.
Good.
Right, okay.
Multitask, man.
I only have 2 hands. Right, so... Next... Yeah, okay, well. Next card. Should bosses be killable with abilities alone? 76 people responded. 21% said that they didn't care. 23% said yes. And 55% said no. So, Faven, should you be able to pick up which Warframe do you primarily use?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Vault.
Should you be able to discharge or overload, kill Vor or Let Krill or the Exploiter Orb? Or
I mean, I am one of those people who, how do I say this? Rely heavily on other people to be a lot better at the game than me.
Oh, same. Yeah, same. Yep.
So I personally feel that, sure. That being said, I have no real opinion about it. Like, I don't know, like if I could use Rhino and just spam 4 until end of time, I would be perfectly happy with that.
So you're in the don't care region?
Yeah, I would say I'm in the don't care region, tilting towards the yes region.
Okay, Loz?
I'm totally in yes. I don't get why we should make it that. I mean, it doesn't have to be the most optimal method of killing a boss, but like, what's the point of going, right, here's your tool set, Tenno. You've got sword, you got a pistol, you got a gun, and you got magical space powers. But you can't use this thing to complete part of the game. It's like, why would I just not ignore it? And thus, the whole crux of the game, the Warframe, becomes the least useful tool in your box, and just really you should shoot everything with guns.
Also, it's a lot easier to aim with abilities. I feel I can't hit shit with a gun, so...
You use a controller?
No. I'm just shit.
So,
It's like this, it's a classic...
Guns moving upwards. I'm in the no category for this because I think part of the problem is that Warframes have not been built for... Their concept has never been made for boss fights or anything like that, or unique encounters. They've always been made for dealing with hordes of enemies, right? And as such, if you were to say, oh look, let Krill cataclysm with stasis, let Krill can't...
No. Now you're twisting it. Now you've made it from generalization to specifics. I never said every Warframe ability should affect a boss. The question here is, should bosses be killable with abilities alone? That doesn't mean every ability. It means should mean at most every Warframe has one ability that damages a boss. Doesn't mean that it does CC a boss. Doesn't mean it makes it immune. Doesn't mean it get the full effect of the ability, but you should be able to kill the boss with that.
What was this topic based off of? Was this based on the Ember thing?
No idea.
Was this the Ember
remember.
thing?
Probably, I think, maybe Ember. Yeah, I mean, I think what you're about to go in is something like let Krill, and you can just CC him with stasis, and then he doesn't move, and then you can just take him a part of the abilities. No, I don't mean that at all. This is the point. Yeah. I think maybe that's what people are confused with. I mean that every Warframe, let's say you're on a Warframe and it ran out of, you didn't bring a melee weapon and you ran out of ammo, you should still be able to deal, but you've got a big pile of energy and you've got infinite ammo pizzas. You should still be able to kill a boss. Otherwise, the Warframes are the least effective tool that the Orc never designed.
Also, most games solve this stuff with having disabling CC and shit like that on bosses, or heavily diminishing returns bullshit. So you could easily solve that by just having cap it very early on. It's just a matter of being able to kind of whittle them down.
Yeah, I mean, an example I would give is I think Oberon, is it Reckoning? What about it? Yeah, so if you cast that on a boss, it won't lift the boss up and slam it down, but you'll still deal the damage to the boss.
Will it strip the armor still?
That should be. Maybe percentage on a limited with as Favors has said with the
diminishing
reduced
returns,
delay, diminishing returns. Yeah, so eventually you become immune to that bit, but you'll still do damage to it. That's the key point here.
I mean, also I want to be able to use Vault and go.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't Emperor Palpatine a boss to death, what's the point?
Yeah, I know. I'm uninstalling the game right now.
It's done. Warframe's over, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, moving on to the next one. Right, so do you want to see new ammo box models? So last week we ended up talking about...
Is this an issue?
No. Yeah, go on.
Oh, somebody designed some really cool art for custom ammo boxes for Corpus Sentient, was it?
Yeah, Corpus and Sentient.
Yeah. So you'd have different ones for pistol, for rifle, for sniper, for heavy ammo, and so you'd be able to see, and it'd be different for each faction, because at the moment, every faction in the solar system somehow uses in their different guns, this same universal ammo. Doesn't really make much sense, so it's, just to give it more character and flair.
It's just vanity. There's nothing beyond that.
Yeah, it's a paper cut issue, where you have a lot of like small issues that kind of just sure. Yeah. I fully support it. I condone it, and I will crawl over glass to make it happen.
Are we going to hold you against this?
I don't know. I have Cass on Twitter. I'll just fucking pester her until she blocks me.
That synchronous.
Awesome. Also, like the designers would love to do that, like the art designers.
So 77 people responded to this. 9% said no, 37% said yes, and 53% said that they didn't care.
Well, they do care.
They do care. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that's it for the last one for the cards, and we're now going to move on to the Patreon questions.
Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions this week from 4 people. First one is from Mudar. What was the hardest Nightwave challenge for you this season? Well, the season's not up yet.
I think it was the Profit Taker, because I hate that fight so much.
So much so I haven't done it yet.
Yep. Raven, have you done the Nightwave season at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you concur that the Prophet Taker is the worst mission in the
Yeah. I had an issue with the Prophet Taker and his big gun.
Yep. Big gun, big shields, lots of ads.
Endless CC.
Yep.
Yes, this CC was an issue for me as well when I tried to kill him.
Yep. Forming groups, absolute nightmare.
Yeah, no, I did it myself, and I did it all by myself, and then I almost killed the Prophet Taker, but his big shields hindered me.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I really think they should rework that fight. Yeah,
I don't know fucking clue, man.
Massively.
I've been busy working. I have not partaken in any Nightwave stuff, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Next.
Do you ever? Sorry, it's from Zrugel. Do you think we will ever get to the point of modular warframes?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They don't have this. Like, they have a really kind of weird ass system for dealing with modular weapons. I don't think they will ever implement that with warframes. Like, because it's kind of hacked together with the modular weapons already. Also, why would they do it? It's art wise, it's a massive challenge. They don't have a UI system in place for it, so we'd have to like create a UI system, and then we'd have to create a new frame based on that, and that UI system would be supportive of one Warframe kind of thing, which would make no sense.
And then how would you modularize them? I mean, obviously head would be one component. Then would you do arms and legs and chest?
Yeah, you usually do like head, and then you usually do like 3 parts, I would say.
Yeah.
So body, arms, head kind of thing.
It'd be really weird. No. Next one from Zrugel. You've been super busy lately. Do you get time to relax now and then?
I feel seen.
You feel seen?
Yes, I feel like he's talking to me here.
Okay.
But do you get time to relax?
Yeah.
Yes. I went for a walk yesterday. It was nice. Then I went to the gym. Had full back day. It was good. Working them traps.
Yeah.
And that's.
With regards to me, on occasion.
Ejo Dai says, are you going to follow the trend of partners taking a break from Warframe RN?
Right now.
Right now.
Well, I don't play Warframe 24/7, so there's going to be no difference for me. I mean, we're playing Remnant right now, having fun with that.
Yeah. We're playing Warframe this morning, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say I have a very healthy relationship with the game. As in, we see each other now and then, and we still recognize each other. We say hi, and
Yeah.
It's very civil.
Very simple, like no hard feelings. Hey, you haven't logged in a couple of days, weeks, months. And I go, yeah.
Yeah. And it respects each other's distance.
Yeah.
I think this is a very similar one here from Lumas. Recently, a handful of content creators have been taking a break from Warframe for one reason or another. Would you say you're feeling any sort of strain when it comes to making content for Warframe? Why or why not?
I am finding strain only because I don't have the time, and now I'm having to suffer the move. So it's not because of Warframe itself. It's just life gets in the way. So, but at no point in time, like this is why I've chosen to do the content that we do. It's just like 10 o'clock is always an option because people are always talking about Warframe. Arbiters is always an option because it's just us being idiots.
Yeah, but I would assume there's also a massive difference between like what you guys do and what someone calls themselves, like who trying to break into content creation as a living.
Yeah,
definitely.
So like,
then you need something. You need to like try to give users content all the time.
Yeah.
And if the game itself doesn't give you content, you're going to be struggling, and then you're going to feel stressed about it, and then you're going to take a break because you're going to run yourself into a wall kind of thing.
Exactly. Whereas, because we have, jobs outside of Warframe or YouTube content creation in general, we have that luxury to not get stressed about it.
Yeah. Yeah, like every time I go to TennoCon, like I'm amazed and equally horrified and amazed at the same time. Like for the people who stream or try to do it, full time. I mean, it's nothing but respect for those people because it seems to be hard fucking work.
Yeah. I know several of them. They have to take breaks and things from their own content creation to do sort of like freelance work because if they don't, then they are screwed financially. So no, I totally get it.
It's weird.
Next question.
Loomis also asks, do you think that one of Grendel's weapons should essentially be a Kanabo? Kanbo? Kanabo.
Kanabo? Do I need to Google that?
To Google!
Onwards!
Oh, it's a stick with some nails in it.
What's wrong with this? Oh, I just get fucking images of Cookie Monster and Japanese girls.
No, I think Grendel's signature weapon should be a knife and fork.
Ooh, I like your thinking.
Yeah.
That is highly conceptual.
I think the Kanabo could work. It seems to be like a Japanese... It's basically not a baseball bat, but a sort of a thinner, longer stick that's then studded with metal at the end by the looks of it.
So it's a baseball bat with studs.
Yeah.
It's not a baseball bat, so it's a baseball bat with studs. Yes.
Yeah. I think that'd be suitable. Yeah, I think it would fit. It would fit.
I think, in my world, Grendel has very poor grip strength. I don't think he can.
No, he has to hold on to his food. He has to make sure it doesn't wriggle away.
Yeah, but I think it's more of a kind of like smaller portions, but more intense.
Yeah, no, I can get behind that. Yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, I suppose that's why he needs the cutlery.
Yeah, like a fat mouse.
A hamster. Just shoving it in his cheeks.
Hamster. He is now. There we go.
Yep.
It's
canon now.
Hamster frame. He is hamster frame.
Yep.
Oh my god, hamster frame. That needs to be a thing.
Oh, as long as it's nothing like the Overwatch one, sure.
Oh god. Is that a hamster? I thought that was a mouse.
No, it's a hamster.
Oh, fine.
I think it's a hamster.
That's the joke. Hamster ball. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's it for the Patreon questions, however.
Cool. Right, okay. Moving on to the community responses from last week.
Well, once again, we've got the same questions. So, Haven Shade says, "Are you quitting Warframe?"
Oh, why? Like,
I know we've got iFlynn has done a big song and dance. Can I just point something out to people? And I do like the guy, but at the same time, I think this is the third time he has quit Warframe and made a big song and dance. Totally expect him to come slowly back as soon as Imperium comes in, just like everything else. Yeah, he's just burnt out, is all, and he'll be back. And yet people are thinking like this is the other world. He's done this several times already. I was tempted to draw a flow diagram of the iFlynn cycle, and he'll be back. Trust me, with a whole new series on starting Warframe afresh. And here's the Warframe beginners guide.
I think Mogamu's taking a break, and MC Gamer CZ, I think he's also taking a break.
Again, Mogamu's taken breaks in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about MC Gamer, but these things, and to be honest, it's just the content drought. Yeah. It'll be over soon.
Yeah. So why do people make a big deal out of it, like taking breaks?
Drama. It's drama. It's the thing is,
gotta get them clicks.
Yeah, it's sort of clickbaiting. It's like, oh, I'm quitting and I'm never coming back. Oh, like I'm not saying this is what any of these people have done specifically, but you follow anything like this people. Okay, so for example, do you know the whole Pro Jared story? Happened months ago.
You've got
it rings a bell.
Yeah. So basically, he was caught out doing some really shady shit.
That was the guy who had a girlfriend unfaithful with her friend or something like that, and he looked
yes,
like someone who I'm surprised had a girlfriend.
Wife, but yes.
Yes.
Especially what the wife looked like, but because
I can't remember. I remember his face.
But
and now I see it in front of me, and I just want to. How do I get this away? There we go. It's gone.
Oh, did you just turn off the monitor?
Yeah, no, I just smashed the monitor, and now I'm going in blind because I ruined my monitor. It burned it.
Yep. No. So he did some shady shit and everything. But the important thing was that there were other content creators that would use it as a news story and things, and that drama that had nothing to do with them was used to, drive them views and things. So the sensationalization.
Yeah, everyone needs their hot take, I guess. On whatever. Like, here's my take.
And some content creators, do it for themselves to drive traffic to themselves. Yeah. I mean, look at no, I'm not going to name him. There was another content creator that did this, but he shall not be.
But also, like, I mean, I would expect that this to be the norm in terms of like content creators slowly weeding off one game, moving into another game, then going back to X game, and that surely that. In the business, that must be it must be absolutely fucking exhausting to do one game.
It is, right? The problem is that you build up a crowd base on that one game, and then when you don't play that one game, people don't watch. So if say for sake of for argument, if I'm playing Warframe and then I swap over to not Nier Automata, Dead Cells, or even Remnant, I'm pretty sure maybe 10% of my viewer base will continue to watch, whereas the rest of them just won't touch it because it's not Warframe. And that's a big difficulty, is surviving that transition going from one game to another, which is often why content creators stick with one thing as their platform. If you started off doing just game from game to game to game, then you're very likely to continue on doing whatever you can. But it's...
I mean, it seems to me like I think Glam has done a good job of like kind of moving from game to game, kind of like still doing that and doing. I mean, because it also keeps you, from going absolutely fucking mental, I assume.
Yep.
Right, moving on. Test 1049. God, I love how smart these Tenno Clock Warframe trivias make me feel. Now, I assume that's last week when we had basically guessed. So I would say what the colour of an ammo box is, and our guest last week, and Xeno had to guess which ammo box it was. And there was a surprising amount of errors in it. Yeah, it was quite fun. We'll have to come up with some more of those. Kenneth Cunningham. As far as Ember being held back by damage, I think it's more of a lack of synergy. Her abilities and passives don't feel connected enough. Let's have a Warframe trivia right now! So, Xeno, can you tell me what Ember's passive is?
Yes, shit.
No, okay. Favorite?
I concur. Also, definitely something with fire.
Ah, yes, it is.
It's whenever she gets a fire proc on her. What happens? Does she get energy or something? It's really something stupid. I can't remember if she deals damage out like Nova's butt farts or.
I'll help you out because you're really close. It's basically ability damage for her next ability. So
okay.
She takes fire procs, which is how often does that happen?
Never.
How many mobs inflict fire damage? Very few. She then does more fire damage back. So ridiculous. But so I can agree with this comment from Test 1049. But so Kenneth Cunningham, sorry. I agree with this. So they added Ember's ability, which is the one which you pulse out and stuns all enemies, and thus they'll take more fire damage. And in theory, then all of her abilities are synergizing. But then that's it. If you look at more newer frames, there's a lot more synergy between abilities than that. So Ember is clearly was an early case for this, and they need to go back and, in my opinion, change your kit and have more synergy. Because you've got fireballs, and chucking fireballs at things does nothing.
Also, does she still have that really boring ultimate?
Yes. Yes.
I hate that ultimate. I hate it with such a passion.
It's actually really funny because Quiet Shy did a video of Ember recently, and like it was brought to my attention, and pretty much everything she said I 100% agree with. Like, get rid of so many of the dumb abilities, put back the survivability that she used to have because it made bloody sense. You know, change like pretty much. Ember needs a huge rework, but because it's lazy mode, you're playing the game, people don't give a shit.
Yeah. Also, like I'm a big proponent of frames where they have like ultimate that actually feels like they're making a difference, even if they actually don't. Like I loved, like the reason I still love Volt so much, and to a certain extent Mag and Rhino, is because their ultimates always feel impactful, even if they're not. Like there's a visual cue happening with an audio cue and what's happening on the screen overall, where like it's an event, it's a thing you trigger and something happens, which is like it's a nice visual kind of feedback loop. Whilst Embers, for example, you press it and you just kind of like walk around in a red base and shit just slowly whittle like a bacon in the microwave kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it could be. Just saying.
Yep. Next one is from Awesome Todd. Okay, here we go. I have to read this one in full. All right, so I'm not going to yell, but it says, OMFG! What? Thank you so much. So that's how I got my Wukong Prime access. I thought it was Prime Time or DevStream. Then I spent it as much as Plat as I could because I thought it was their mistake. So Awesome Todd, just to show everyone know, won a Wukong Prime access off of our competition. I think it was Xeno. Yep. So he thought it was a mistake.
Did they not tell him in the message?
Probably not. Well, now I know. I could have bought Arcane Grace. Very sad face. And to finally finish my set, grinding out for that thing hurts. Loz is awesome. Yes, I'm completely putting my luck on Loz and his hack collection. Also, Xeno is always wrong, except for me winning Wukong Prime Access.
What the fuck?
There we go. So congratulations, Awesome Todd, but I hope you enjoy it. And it totally, you didn't get that because Xeno almost forgot to hand it out and I reminded him. Right. Zakama says, there are 4 lights. You're wrong. There's 5 lights. Moving on. Peter Graver. At Xenogellion. Usually I agree with you on most things, but I'm going to strongly disagree with you on Hildren needing a rework. I've been playing with her for a while and really enjoy her various builds you can have. Not every build or frame is going to play to your strengths. Limbo is a perfect example of no matter how you build him, you're going to piss people off. Playing him. I use her, back to Hildren now, 1 and 4, plus Arcane Aegis and Barrier for unlimited shields. I know you have a playstyle that you like, but don't diss something that's new just because you don't have experience with it. Some food for thought. What if DE put in a mod shield conversion where your shields are converted to health and you have no shields?
That sounded like I studied the blade kind of story.
Yeah. Show me your build and I'll happily play it, but the problem I have with Hildren is the fact that guns supersede Hildren in every capacity.
There we go. So Peter Graver. So tell him I was wrong again and I'll feed it back to him, Peter.
Yeah, give me a build. Lastly, send me a build.
Nick
Come
Evans.
on Discord and send me a build.
Nick Evans, again at Xeno, says he doesn't play with a clan, but I'm literally in the footage in the background.
Busted,
Xeno. Right, that's it for the community feedback from this week.
I don't organise the clan thing. He's very new. Just freaking troll comment. God
Busted.
Yep.
I don't organise clan shit.
Yeah,
I do
that's
pub
what
stuff.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Sit on the throne of lies.
Oz, we need to kick you out of the clan so we can say that. Don't do clan shit. Because you're in the footage right now.
Yep.
Right.
Well, that's it for that. Let's move on to the topics of this week.
Cool. Right. So, topics for this week. Topic 1 is further up in this document. Changes to standing system to accommodate non-daily players. Topic 2. That's the graph. Got wrong. Topic 2. And I also discovered what closes Chrome. Right, I found out what button it does it now. Topic 2. Echoes of Umbra and Umbra mods. Something. Rest of the thing. Everyone's going to now turn into a robot. Just give it a moment. Surprisingly, it's not been that bad. Although no one said anything.
No, I'm just...
Yep. Waiting. Okay, cool.
Wait.
Yep. Topic 2: Echoes of Umbra and Umbral mods, adding bonus for the operator. And then topic 3: pets need a claw weapon tab. Okay, so moving back to. Am I about to close it again? Hope not. Right. Changes to standing system to accommodate non-daily players. And I also need. Ow, that was really loud in my ear.
Oh, sorry, was that loud?
Yep.
Wasn't that loud for me?
Well, yeah, because it's not in your ear, right?
No, it's in my mouth.
I don't want to change the daily cap. It's there for a good reason. What if, instead of locking a limit for everyone every day, for each day someone doesn't play, they get part of their max standing as a bank to be earned later. So if I didn't launch Warframe for 3 days, and I'm MR16 right now, I should get 24,000 standing in a bank that I can grind out because I missed those 3 days. However, if I logged in but did not farm reputation, it won't apply. This change would help non-daily players keep up, but still keep daily players from speeding through every piece of the content for a week or less. I can already see faults with this.
I just want to be able to not log in for 365 days, then log in 1 day and log in and out 365 times 1 day and get all my standing. Is that possible? Because that's the route I support.
So this sounds to me that someone who can't play regularly wants the benefits of playing regularly. And D's out to make money. I mean, you can't just suddenly incentivize people not to play the game. Isn't that what Eve does?
Not these days, no.
Okay.
That's an old joke, sir. Afraid it no longer checks out.
Oh, okay. Okay, so out of interest, do people know what MR rank they are in Warframe?
Yes, good sir. I am 15.
I love the way that you say that with such like
conviction.
Yeah, and then crap. So
I'm a surprising amount of MR rank for being such a casual, filthy player, I would say.
Right. Loz?
20-something?
20-something. Cool. So
it's like age. After a while, you just stop counting it.
Yeah, and then when you get it wrong, and people are like, wait a second, that's not how old you are. And you're like, oh shit, yeah.
Well, as long as once you get above 20, nobody really asks anyway.
And then after 35, it's like you're fucked. So,
yeah.
I'm literally counting days down to retirement.
Wait, how old are you?
I don't know, I'm 36, I think.
Fucking hell, I would have thought you were so much younger.
I think I'm 36. Yeah, 36. Halfway through, so.
Holy shit.
Yep.
You are clearly, good sir, you are clearly doing something right.
I don't drink much. So,
and when you went for a walk, Xeno, when was the last time you went for a walk? Clearly that's where the health lies.
Yeah, I need to go for more walks.
More walks, yeah. But yeah, back to the thing. I don't like this person's idea, but I can see that they're having a problem with it. So I see that there is a problem here which is not facilitated. How about we flip it around the other way? So obviously this person only has a limited amount of time they can play, and they're hitting a cap in their playtime. And they're asking why can't they bank basically the standing from days they're not logging into the days they can play. How about instead, on the days they can play, they can work extra time and sort of bank rep that they can't use right away, but when they log in on a later day, they can acquire so much of their banked rep. So that way, even though they can't play on another day, they just log in for, let's say, 5 minutes or even just a minute, and that way they can acquire that banked stuff that was built up from before.
So the way that actually answers that, a way that a game like where they had like when you're in a subscribing member to PlanetSide 2, like their live service, you would get like a bonus XP, right? A percentage bonus. If you didn't, so if I didn't play for 3 or 4 days, that would accumulate, but it would hit a cap basically after a while.
Yeah.
So it would hit a cap after I think 3 or 4 days, and then when you got in, you would have X amount of rested XP kind of thing. It's like MMO, classic MMO stuff.
Yeah. That's the way you want to do it. You're giving people a bonus, but only a set limited thing. Yeah, it doesn't scale up to forever, like you say, because you just log in once a year and get a stupid amount.
No, I want all of it.
All of it. Yeah, I think that's a much better way than this person's saying. The way this person's saying it is just they just want everything. It's the same thing. But I don't want to dismiss the fact that they are experiencing a issue here, because I don't want to accuse that. But they obviously had limited play time and they're trying to get the most out of the game as they can. But it's for some of these things, and I say the daily cap, I assume that's referring to more like reputation systems, like with the standing in the syndicate. Yeah. Now, I can get behind them in some ways because those are quite restrictive for some of them, especially these days when we've got, for Fortuna, you have to max out the first reputation before you can even access a second reputation, which you then have to level up. And if you can only log in, let's say 1 or 2 days a week and actually play, let's even say for 2 hours at a time, that's the only time you can play, it's going to take you months to get that rep grind done.
I understand why games do rep grind, because it's a good way of retaining users and shit like that. I hate rep grinding with such a passion. It's like a hot, burning, red passion.
I like it if I sat down and I say I'm going to do this grind and nothing's going to stop me, I'm going to play it for like 10 hours, I can really get into the zone. But because these grinds are, and it's the thing in some MMOs, I hate this, when you only get so much a day, and you're like, but this is the day I can play for 10, 12 hours, but you finished it in 2 hours, you're like, but this is the only day a week I can actually do that grind, and now I'm being... time gated. It's just so frustrating. I despise those. I actually enjoy rep grinds when it's just you have to do something mundane like killing hundreds of mobs. There's nothing stopping you, but it's going to take you hours and hours and hours to kill them. But it's just a minus grind. I don't mind that, but I hate time gating.
Yeah, but I understand why they do. Because otherwise you're going to have players or like these hardcore fans who blast through it in 4 days, and then they're gonna
complain. Because they've got nothing to do now, But then, to counteract that, I don't get why newer content obviously needs to come out with that time gating, because they need to generate, concurrent players over the next X time. But then after, let's say, 6 months, that time gating is just frustrating. It no longer is serving that purpose, because the people they've all done it then by 6 months later.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good idea, because I think a lot of games do that, where they have the rep for whatever faction back in the day kind of thing. You can still do it, but you get there's the increase in rep is multitudes, so you can kind of blast through it. The only problem you'll have is you'll have a subset of players going, I spent 10 months grinding this stone of impossibility, and now Joe Schmo grinds it in 2 days. That is not fair.
Yeah, so there needs to be a trade-off, and
But then again, as a gamer, we, nothing's ever fair, and that is our cross to bear.
Yeah, true.
I feel that I get where this person's coming from, and I don't like the idea of this whole banking thing. What I think would be better is for older systems, so older syndicates and things, you have, instead of daily standing, you have weekly standing. So then you could choose...
Weekly standing would be better, actually, maybe.
So you could burn the whole week in a single day if you have one day to do it in.
That's a nice idea.
The only issue is, like Loz said, they have to keep the longevity of the new content going. So I think...
That's for the new one, let's say Fortuna now. Fortuna's almost been out for a whole year. And seeing as there's two rep grinds stacked on top of each other, maybe it'd be good to change that to a weekly cap. That's a good idea, Xeno. I like that.
So I would. That's what I would do. And the big thing is, so I think Faven said this about the whole 10 months later, get it in 2 days. I think if this is done with transparency, saying to players like, look, okay, this is the new system we're going for. So you come to, say, the Empyrean has a rep behind it, right? So now it's a day-by-day rep cap, but in 6 months' time, it will transition to a weekly rep cap, right? If players know to expect that this thing is going to change to something easier, something healthier for the player base, then I think people will kick off about it less, because the argument you get is, right, yes, they got an easier job 6 months down the line, but you get it now, right? Yeah.
I also think that depends on whether the rewards are utilitarian or cosmetic.
Yeah.
What do you mean in that sense?
No, because basically, in games overall, cosmetic rewards are seen as a prestige reward.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
You know, X faction, grind 1 million rep, and you get the golden cloak.
Yeah.
It's a display of commitment and tenaciousness kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think so I see why people will get upset over that. Whether then if the rewards are something that's more functional that people generally need in their game, I feel it will be easier to kind of justify making it easier for people to get that down, later down the line. Like I think cosmetic, people are going to be super upset because it's such a, it's like any game where you do the guy with the golden pauldrons or whatever bullshit, and people go, oh, that's amazing. You look like, you look like a high tier player, and that player has then, spent X amount of hours doing these kind of rep grinds for something that's not functional. It's just cosmetic.
Yeah.
Whilst if it's something that's functional or has a purpose except for just making you look badass, I think it justifies giving everyone a greater access to that. I don't think necessarily you need to give everyone access to looking like, the king.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think part of the problem with that mentality is, or the problem Warframe has with that mentality is they've tied the prestige appearance items on the same system as the utilitarian rewards. If it was a case of, in order to actually get this outfit for your operator, you have to do, 100 missions with Vox Solaris, that is something that, could be gated in a different way, but because it's gated on the same system, there's the difficulty.
I mean, it's also, it could be a simple matter of reshuffling how the rewards are doled out. Like, when what tier the rewards kind of sit, where you move stuff that's actually functional, or that, if there's a meta for a frame that has, like, you need that mod from whatever reward or something like that, if moving that lower down the tier so everyone has access, and then, moving all the cosmetic bullshit higher up could work potentially. I don't know. I don't do games well.
No, but you have a really strong, valid point with this. So my question to you guys is, do you feel this is something that DE needs to go back and deal with? Or is this something that, isn't really an issue except for those very few edge cases?
I mean, I think, I can speak to this as someone who plays the game lightly.
Yeah.
I would say. Where I think, back in the day, you had Steel Meridian and all the factions and all that bullshit. And you had, if I'm not mistaken, you had certain amount of Warframe mods that are rewards there, right?
Yes.
And you have some meta game where X Warframe needs X mod from that faction to become interesting or kind of work better.
Yeah.
And for me, that's not necessarily good design. Like, not when the rewards are pretty deep into the thing.
Yeah.
especially for factions that are so early in the game, because it means
you've just cut out.
You're going to have all that content ahead of you that just launched. But at the same time, you need to kind of at least get that kind of meta mods from the early content to kind of be able to play with the big boys later. And it just creates a barrier which is, can be disheartening, I guess.
Not disheartening, intimidating when you see just, you delve into how much grind you've got ahead of you.
Yeah, and then when you grind it out, that Shield of the Undying fucking Fafelklugel mod, and then you realize, okay, I have this now, and now I just need to eat through the next expansion and the next expansion, next expansion to kind of get up to speed.
Yeah.
And by the time you're doing that, all the kids have already moved on because they kind of run all their fucking dailies and have all the shit on that current expansion. And you're going to end up in a position where you kind of need to, you're finally up to speed, but no one to kind of play with the current content. So then you're going to have to wait until the next kind of new content hits. And you're going to be burnt out by then.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there's merit to that for sure. I don't know necessarily how to solve it, but yeah.
Right, so I think I'm going to bring in a card to this, which is, should DE bring weekly syndicate caps into Warframe?
I like the idea of weeklies a lot for this.
Yeah.
Some things I can't get behind it, because I know what will happen is that there will be, for some things, if it's anything group-based, let's say we had to run Profit Taker every day as a daily to get some reward, and you change it to a weekly, it means that the first few days of the week, everyone in the reset, everyone does it loads, and then it gets really hard towards the end. Whereas if you keep it a daily, there will be a certain amount of people every day doing it. However, for the rep caps, because they're personalized, I like that idea a lot. I would also like the focus cap to be a weekly as well.
Ooh.
I could really get behind doing that, because focus is something which I really can't stand. Even though the cap has been increased and it is fair now, it's like several 100,000, and it is enough to unlock some things. I just can't get behind it. But if you change that to a weekly, and I've got a couple of million or 1 million to farm, and I can do it in one day, and I can go, yes, this is my focus farming day, I'm going to do this. I would be a lot more interested in it.
I mean, I think weeklies overall make more sense. I was playing Dawn a couple of weeks ago, something like that, and I think they're kind of they have weekly quests where it's and it's also it doesn't fill you with dread of having to do everything at once, kind of thing, and kind of makes you panicky of managing to do X amount of bullshit in X amount of hours, kind of thing. It's kind of it mellows the experience, so you can kind of just have fun, and it happens automatically. But yeah,
would you like to go on to the replies?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the first one is, so you want to eliminate caps, basically? Nope. Using your system, someone could not bother logging for a week and smash out 100k plus in an hour or two. Nope. There has to be an incentive to play more often aside from the login rewards.
Yeah.
Now, they say a week, and I think it's fine at a week. It's when it's what the initial person was suggesting, they didn't actually put a cap on it. So that in theory, that could be a month, I think. Or a year even. I think a week is a good amount, because you want players to become... I mean, I guess I could play every day, but I don't want to be forced to. But if I log in every week, I think that should be acceptable. I think, because I can appreciate that what dailies I'm trying to do, and it has obviously done well for Warframe, is that they do want to... It's good that Warframe is seen to be, let's say, in the top 10 games played on Steam, which it regularly sits in, I think, almost all the time. And seeing those daily numbers are really effective. However, I think for some of the older stuff, that the people doing those daily logins aren't probably logging in to do their focus, to do their Fortuna grind. They've moved on to other things. They're just maybe even doing just things like their sorties every day. I think maybe some of the older grinds. I think maybe start out with something like just the Cetus one. Let's trial this on Cetus, for example, because Cetus has been completely removed or misplaced from the game by everything in Fortuna. The mining, the Fortuna stuff is better. The fishing, you might as well just use shock sticks. And to be honest, you're not going to need it anyway. Most of the crafting stuff, let's say like the arcanes for operators, I think, and the Zors, you don't even need to craft those anymore. So this massive rep grind for Cetus. For what? Why? It's just been completely usurped, and it's just like, why is it kept? And it seems it's the first experience doing these open areas. You want a new player to log in and go, well, shall I go to Plains or shall I go do the Worlds? It's like, maybe change it to a weekly. That makes it so players don't have to worry too much. I think that would be a good test case, is how it.
Yeah, it's also like it encourages people to play the old stuff without having to burn out on shit.
Yeah. Next reply. So someone who does log in daily, but doesn't do anything to gain standing, wouldn't benefit from the system. That would mean I should stop playing daily and let extra standing pool up, because that way I'd get more standing. I log in and play a little bit pretty much every day, but I don't work on syndicates daily.
See, this is the reason why I don't like this idea, is it's encouraging
this infinite pooling system. Yeah.
Like, and this is why any new reps should be on a daily cap, but months later it should be put on a weekly cap.
The thing with the weekly cap is if you don't do it in a week, you're resetting every week. You're going back to fresh. So you're not, by not playing for more than a week, you lose out. You've got to play in that week at least.
Also, you could give it a penalty. You could easily, like, even if you say you log in, say you have a number of 100 that you get every day, right? But if you don't log in, that number halves to say 50 or 75. So we kind of like get penalized. You still get a boost, but it's not the full boost.
So the longer you go on, the less you actually accumulate. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Yeah, it needs to have some system like that in to compensate for it. Yeah.
So like, it's still the most effective to play every day, but it doesn't necessarily penalize you down into the dirt if you don't.
You don't play, but at the same time, it also doesn't optimize not playing for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then, the next reply says, why not just take the path of least resistance and make all standing caps weekly instead of daily? Same difference, but it allows players who pull long gaming sessions a few times a day do it all at once and not have to grind again until next week. It's how Nightwave works. That's a good point, actually. And for all its other faults, this is one of the systems I rather enjoy. Yeah, that's a good point. That is how Nightwave works. Nightwave is a weekly system with a couple of daily sprinkled in. And I agree. I love doing Nightwaves. It's one of my favorite additions to the game. And like when Monday comes around, I love to log in and see, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's a favorite.
So maybe there's a good chance that's the system they will work with going forward.
And the final reply is, when a free-to-play game lives or dies based on the number of people playing daily, that game won't remove what forces people to log in daily. That's true, but burnout is a thing.
Burnout is a thing, but this is why I think the new content should be daily to begin with, because then it keeps it in the Steam charts, top of Steam charts and things.
Have you just chugged like a liter of fucking apple cider?
Yeah, he has.
Ginger ale.
Oh, for Christ.
He's changed the label. It's actually apple cider.
It's actually my own urine.
Why is it that colour?
Because he hasn't drunk enough to join.
Because I just keep re-drinking it.
It's
getting more
why are you making this worse? Anyway, moving on.
That's it for the replies. Should we move on to topic 2?
Topic 2. Right, topic 2. Right, Echoes of Umbra and Umbral mods. Adding bonus for the operator. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm good. You read it through. I'm just going to read what this...
Okay.
I found the link to when it was talked about, so hang on.
Many are disappointed with the Echoes of Umbra being both temporary and seemingly ineffectual, as they don't enhance the operator or abilities of the Warframe. To address the lack of buffs, Echo of Umbra would give a mobility bonus to the operator, permanent buff to the Excalibur Umbra for obvious reasons. Umbral mods equip would also affect the operator, vitality/fiber being linked to the operator. Intensity giving more void energy. It's got to be intensify. Because I'm pretty sure there's an Umbral intensify, right? Sacrificial pressure and steel giving their own percentage of bonus in general damage and critical chance for the amps. As for the non-permanents, allow building larger/higher tier collections of Echoes of Umbra, building up to a requirement of 25 Echoes of Umbra for a permanent boost. Okay, we need to know what this is. Loz is looking it up.
I don't understand anything.
Yeah, neither do I, so don't worry, we're all in the same boat. The boat is the same.
It's sinking quickly.
Yep. And it's all down to Loz to fish out all the stuff because you know,
his eyes tells me he's something. Mouth tells me we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's found the hole in the boat. He is now trying to discern, would a towel be enough to plug up the hole?
Or does he need to chop off his leg and just stick it in there?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, he realizes he's going to bleed out if he chops off the leg. He could use his belt, but I mean, that's just going to be a bit uncomfortable. Plus,
yeah. Also, I'm not sure he's not wearing sweatpants.
Yeah. I mean, not quite sure what's that got to do with anything.
No, I mean, there's no belt on sweatpants, so he's going to be hard.
Oh, I see what you mean. I was just expecting him to grab a random belt from somewhere. Right, okay.
Oh, right.
I'm with you now. Right, okay. So...
Unless he's one of those guys who wears a belt with sweatpants. You know, casual and serious.
I mean, I don't know if we should make that a card for this episode. Like, do you wear a belt with sweatpants?
I think that's a viable alternative.
Yeah.
I need a big, thick leather belt.
Oz, please tell me you know something now. Has he muted it? Oh, he's muted us!
No! You ass!
Okay. He is in heavy contemplation. Trying to. I don't know if he's got to be watching something. Oh no, he might be.
I think he's just YouTubing.
It could be YouTubing. I hope he's YouTubing at double speed, because otherwise we'll never know what the fuck is going on.
No, it's like, well, I will die here.
Yeah. I'm gonna run out of Pepsi Max at this point.
Right, I'll come back. Sorry, they're still bubbling on about it. Right, sorry. Yes. So, do you want an explanation of what these things are?
Yes, because we've been rambling on for like the last few minutes while you.
Oh, but because they were rambling on explaining about it. God, I was playing it at double speed. Oh my words! Okay, so Echoes of Umbra. What it is something you inject into your Warframe. You're injecting the memories of Umbra into your Warframe. You do it in the infested room.
Okay,
and then your Warframe, then when you come out as your operator, your Warframe will then not use Warframe powers, but will use your modded weapons. Excuse me, and will also generate affinity for you, which they are wondering if there's some XP exploit they will not use, but that's what it stands for. And the way you get this is you have to do disruption missions, which at the moment we've only got on Jupiter, but you'll do these on the Moon and on the Kuva Fortress. And you get 2 separate recipes from those 2 locations. You then have to combine them to make this thing. It lasts 24 hours, and then after that you have to inject it again. It didn't say anything if you could, like, say inject, and then get a month's worth, because I wouldn't mind doing that. But you can also turn it off as well. I don't think it was per Warframe. I think it was just for all your Warframes. They were blocking some of the UI elements with their pictures to hide some lore thing or something.
Wait. Is it injected into the Warframe or you?
In the neck. The Warframe. Same animation with the cyst animation, where it just injects into cyst. But the reason for this, right? Okay. Oh, also they did say Kuva Disruption will generate Kuva. You'll be able to get Kuva from that. So that's interesting, because that keeps coming up as a recurring topic. Other ways to get Kuva, so there's that. But anyway, the reason they said they were doing this is because there was the Jupiter Disruption mission, and everyone said that was great, and everyone did the Rope-a-Dope list. Name the correct name. But after they did all that, they said, even though Disruption is a lovely top tier game mode and you can get the new resource from it, but that was it. Nobody did it. So this is their idea of how to make it so people will keep playing the game and keep playing these new game modes. To go get this thing, which they'll need to use daily. So as long as you keep doing the missions and keep getting the resource, which I don't know how much effort or time or resource it takes to craft these 2 parts, or 2 recipes, that then come up, I think, or you have to get 2 resources. You have to do both of them, it said, to get it. And I'm just like, that doesn't encourage me to play the game. To grind these things to get 24 hours per time I grind this. I don't know how hard, say 20 minutes each one, an hour, let's say, to grind for 24 hours this buff. I'm not a fan of this. I think in the past we have discussed and we have liked the idea of some form of expiring buffs and things, but the idea of the letting so every time you come out as your operator, your Warframe will be active still, just like Umbra, but it won't do any abilities. It'll just shoot with guns. On a buff,
This
So
sounds.
what was the post suggesting? What were they suggesting?
Oh, okay. So let's go back to the actual post. Many are disappointed. Okay, so basically they're proposing that the Umbral mods also affect your operator. So vitality, fiber, intensify.
While I have the Umbral thing in my neck,
Yeah.
so my Warframe, I will get more stats for my operator from my Warframe.
Yeah.
While that's in effect, yeah. Interesting. That's okay.
But like, I don't see a point in this at all.
No, but that said Xeno about operators in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what do we do with our operators? We fight Eidolons. Woo!
Aren't just operators something to dress up?
Yeah. Yeah. They're there to get really excited
Could that
for.
be the tagline of the episode? Operators? Question mark? Just a thing to dress up?
Yeah, done. Wait, I'm actually writing that down.
Oh wait, have we got a spare? Have we got a spare?
Yeah, we do. We have cards.
Are operators just another thing to dress up, or just a thing to dress up?
Operators, just something to dress up. I can't remember what the other thing was. Something about dead babies in space.
Both are excellent.
Maybe that should be it. Are operators just another thing to dress up, or are they dead babies?
I mean, it's not wrong.
We can't give them a joke option, Loz, because they will just go for the joke option.
I meant for the title.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everything.
Right.
Are operators just a thing to dress up, or a dead baby in space?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all
It's
here
a
all
question.
week.
Right, okay. So are we asking the card as well? Are operators just a thing to dress up?
Yes, yeah, but that one's serious. No, and yes, no joke option because
Yeah, and you're gonna get 100% yes.
Yeah, probably.
But it's completely true though. They
It's
are.
for cost.
Yeah, like the second I got a suit that made my operator look more Guyver-like, what did I do? Yeah, that's right. I made it look more Guyver-like.
Yeah.
I even closed the face.
I would I would make fun of you, but I wouldn't say that as soon as I got the option to make my operator look more Dead Space, I made my operator look more Dead Space.
I mean, the moment I got my man-child not to look like a man-child, that was the first thing I did. Like, people have some,
poor Hydroxy. I can't believe you say that about him.
No, my little man-child. He's my adult son.
Right. So what is the value in having a Warframe run around with you while you're your operator? You've got no reason to be your operator. This just sounds dumb.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a layer.
Of
Layers.
Okay. It's a layer of this onion. That's making me cry while I peel it.
It's just like I think it's just another. It's one of those where they have another tool, and they, it's an option of using it for something, I guess. I don't necessarily agree with it because I find them pointless and annoying.
This just.
But yeah, I mean, it's like for me, an operator is basically a walking, Christmas tree kind of thing. It's basically something you can go back to and decorate with shit you found.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I would just go like, okay, so I can either spend time making my operator, run around a map, struggle to kill anything, and then put my Warframe in autopilot, or I could use shield pizzas. I mean, they'd have exactly the same output. I mean, who gives a fuck? Honestly, I don't often call DE out on daft game decisions. Yeah. I'm sorry, I totally am now.
I think it's more about like my armchair analysis, whatever, you know what
analysis.
Thank you. Is that it was a narrative thing. It's basically a narrative thing, and it needed to give it some purpose in the gameplay, so it wasn't just like something sitting around. Like it's not. I mean, it's not integral to the game except for the Eidolon stuff, is it?
Yeah, no, you need to use it for Eidolon fights. You can. They have some advantages in some other things, like when fighting normal sentience, it is useful because you can wipe the boss, but you can still get around that by just using different weapons and different guns.
Yeah, but on Eidolon fight, you kind of need it.
You need it, yeah, and the rope-a-dope list.
Yeah, which is stupid, in my view.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the problem I find with this hints at the problem with operators, as you just said. So I mean, interesting we go back to the weeklies of the last topic. The problem is DE, the focus system, was added as an additional system for people to level. Yeah, and it's not. The problem is though, you're not encouraged to level it, and because of that, DE doesn't know really in most missions. Are you going to enter with a basic level operator with no focus leveled up and no amp upgraded, or are you going to be one of these people who have finished every tree in the game and you've got the most min-maxed mod? Amp, and then they can see what your output your operator is, and because you're never really encouraged to do that because of things like daily cap restrictions, most people, I would imagine, don't bother leveling their focus. So your operators they don't know if your operator is good or not, and you've got no incentive really to improve your operator.
Yeah. My operator is a wet rag.
Yeah.
He's like man-child flailing around, and they go, what are you doing?
So what this person has proposed with linking your Umbral Warframe to your operator, I'm 100% on board with. I wouldn't make it that Excalibur Umbra had a permanent buff. I would make it that he would still need the injections only for the link, but it just to have a Warframe run around, that genuinely cannot be the only thing that it grants you. That just seems like a completely ball dropped moment.
I don't know, man. I have a complicated relationship with it.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone listening now can think of another instance where operators are superior than just using your Warframe, or Warframes just cannot operate under these conditions and you need an operator to do something, please, in the comments below, let us know, because I don't like being ignorant of this stuff, but this is just like, what the hell? Like, how often do people using the Excalibur Umbra decide, I'm just gonna pop out and let my Excalibur Umbra do all the shooty shoot? No one does that.
No. I mean, yeah.
No, this.
Nah.
No. Loz, what are you intently staring at?
Nothing important, just failing at making things run. However, at the core of it, I appreciate that there's something interesting with this option. The ability of time buffs that people can work towards. However, setting it to a day, and that if you turn it off, you wipe that buff, I don't think it's right. I mean, if it's an easy thing to grind a day, and I can go grind lots of days, and I can go stack them up, I think it'll be more interesting. But I like the idea of encouraging people to do it, and I don't want to put, let's say, damage buffs or whatever, so that people have to get these, otherwise they're not playing correctly, which this really isn't, because you've got to use the operator. But I don't think this is the right way of doing it.
I get, they want to make this temporary they want to make this temporary buff. By the way, I'm asking the card, are Echoes of Umbra a good decision? Right? And I'm calling it now. I'm pretty sure everyone's just going to say no. But, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a temporary, buff to the game, to the player base, that can be recast,
Infinitely,
whatever. Yeah, right?
infinitely farmed.
Exactly, right? But the problem is, this thing is so useless, right? In my opinion, everyone else can have a different opinion. In my opinion, this is so damn useless, everyone's going to backlash at DE like I am right now. I genuinely think this is just a flat out bad idea.
If they wanted to do this, what they should have put in is craftable loot resource drops. Boat boosters.
What's going to be worse, right? If the craft time of these Echoes of Umbra are also 24 hours.
Oh, I can't believe that. That'd be mental, man.
No, I am guessing that these Echoes of Umbra will also be a 24-hour craft time. If they're not, thumbs up. Oof. But you get my point, though.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I just buy all my shit. So if I can't buy it straight out, I don't bother. So
pretty much the same these days.
Yeah, like I don't have time to wait.
Yeah,
I have disposable incomes. I have little.
Yeah.
Sorry, so you cut out. You have disposable income
and little time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the replies?
Yep. The main critics are 1, just another Spectre, but without abilities, just the player loadout. Meh. 2, only lasts for 24 hours. You'll need to grind each time to get the item. I think that, first of all, if you're building these in ones and you get 24 hours, nobody's going to enjoy that. If maybe you built a bundle of them and you gained 7 and each one could be activated for 24 hours. So, you get you're building a bundle of them. And then you can inject one in and take it off. And because you might want to take it off, is there sometimes you don't want your Warframe to be following you around, So yeah, I think that'd be would help a bit on that. But yeah, just another Spectre without abilities. Yeah.
Well, so I don't. If it was a case of when you went back from your operator to your Warframe, you went back to where the Warframe was. Right? I could see a value in this, that the Warframe was following you around, so you weren't having to backtrack, right? But,
Next reply. For me, it's not a problem, because Umbra's passive is nothing but a detriment in my mind. If I could apply Umbra's looks to a regular Excalibur, I'd never use Umbra.
I don't know why, because he has the same stat as Excalibur Prime, but, whatever.
If it was a permanent addition, I'd farm Echoes for every Warframe, but it only lasts 24 hours. Yeah, no thanks. I'll get 1 or 2 to keep them and forget about Disruption. Yeah.
Maybe a week?
No, that's why the thing is, though, what they've changed it that you can turn it off, and I'm not sure if they've had to put it this way. It removes what time you had left on that day. That's why I think if you built 7, which is a week's bundle, and that way you've always got spares. If you're building these in ones, no chance.
Yeah.
The last reply is, I wish Umbra wouldn't turn off channeled abilities. Umbrifying Oberon would be such a debuff with the renewal turning off and such.
Oh, yeah. Umbrifying.
Oh, that's the case. Umbrifying, yeah.
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 No. I would never use it on my Oberon if that was the case.
I wish Umbra wouldn't turn off channeled abilities. What channeled abilities does Umbra have?
No, I think they're talking about this Echo of Umbra.
But I didn't hear that in the. Maybe it's added in later because I got to the point when they were taking questions from chat and I went, right, okay, I'll come back to you guys. Maybe they said that in chat, but yeah,
maybe
makes sense, I guess.
No,
I guess because they just use their weapons. So, for instance, if you had your Valkyria and you put her into her channeled ultimate and then went into your operator, you'd leave her in that. But it's probably going to turn it off, so it's back to just guns and things. Yeah, this is going to be silly. Yeah. No, I think this it's an interesting idea that could be built on, but this is no.
This is not ready.
No good.
No ready.
Needs more.
Right. Okay. Should we move on to the third topic?
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Third topic. Pets need a claw weapon tab. Right. DE introduced these dual stats for pets, but there's no space left. So DE introduced those dual stats for pets, but there are no space left put them unless we wish to sacrifice their survivability, which is a no-no. We need places to customize pet claw weapons. We could even lower the number of mod slots we have from 10 to like 8 to like the 8. No, like what? To
We
from
could,
10
they could
to
even
8,
lower
like
the
the
number of mod
Warframe.
slots we have from 10 to 8, like the Warframes, after the ability mods were taken out.
Yeah, that was my brain was struggling there. But Maul, Bite, Pack Leader, some of the Hunter/Tech mods, and the dual stats need to have a dedicated weapon slot. I get this because
what's this dual stat? Have they added some? Have they added pet stats to the game? What's this?
I assume there are more mods.
Warframe.
I imagine it's just more animal companion mods. But the thing is, like, Sentinels have 10 slots plus what was it?
Weapon slots.
Yeah, plus weapon slots. Warframes have Warframe slots plus weapon slots. Animal companions just have one set of slots.
I hate animal companions.
A kitty cat. You offended.
I hate them too.
Yeah, well, you're a giant bull of offense.
They just look like, God's mistake, all of them.
Maybe if you look at the abominations, sure.
It's like broken gene pool stuff.
Don't talk about the gene pool stuff. Loz will be, upset.
Oh man, I remember when they promised us about what they were going to have this for genetics, and I started writing a post to explain how genetics were going to work to people, and then they came out and it was like, right, I'm going to put this post, and no, they didn't work like that at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Loz. Your life's work.
Sheldon lied to me. He promised. He promised.
Faven, do you need to let your kitty cat king out? Because I can hear him in the background.
I'm not sure. I think I might.
Go for it. Go for it. Kitty cat king needs
Oh, kom då. Oh, ja, kom. Look at this.
It's huge, Loz. He is huge.
Whoa!
It's Kitty Cat
King. That is a king cat.
He's such a Kitty Cat King.
Give me a second.
Is there new mods? I'm just trying to look through the mods, and I'm like, the last mods I could see were update 24. And they had like the dual elemental and status chance mods. Because that would make sense if that's what they mean, because they have status chance and a elemental damage type bit on claws rather than pet itself. But those have been out for ages. I don't know,
man. I don't know. I am inclined to think that maybe there should be something for animal companions, but at the same time, I've been running an animal companion forever. Or I've been running my cat forever. I whatevs. Run and gun.
Remove all companions. That's the solution.
Remove all companions.
Yep. Cats, dogs, sentinels, turtles, whatever.
my sentinels? No.
Why? Okay, what is your reasoning for this, good sir?
It just removes the friction of, my sentinel is better than your cat and your dog.
Ah.
No more arguments, and also no min-maxing. Everyone will be shit all of a sudden. Everyone would just be min.
Everyone would be min.
Just do it. I'm sure you can tie it into North Cataclysm thing happening. All the pets died, and all the sentinels went to space.
The Lotus did it.
Yeah, and people will manage without a vacuum.
Could you just envision, right, how much of an uproar there would be if you took
fucking pandemonium?
Yeah, I'm totally for it. Actually, genuinely, I wonder if they did take away the vacuum, how many people would notice?
I would, because I can't aim for shit, so I can't even hit a power up when I'm running.
Well, no, I mean.
So me being able to jump to a mob.
Oh my god.
chances there. So, but yeah, it would be gutsy.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think they would ever do it though.
No, it would not.
Loz, what are you doing?
Staring at mods and not really seeing where the issue is. I mean, they haven't. The latest mods I can see. I mean, if I'm missing the mods, please tell me in the comments below. The last update mods these possibly can be, I can see been added in update 24, which was what, Fortuna. So,
Yeah.
and that's only dual stat ones I can really see. I don't know really what they're complaining about. Would I like to see weapon claws for pets? Not sure. I mean, yeah, you can't have all of the weapons in, but I don't think there's enough to say let's also have weapons. But I do think it would make it easier to pacify pets if they do or don't have the weapons. I mean, like, it's easy for sentinels if they don't have a gun, they don't have the preset for the gun, they ain't going to shoot the gun. So something similar like that for Kavats and Kubros would make them easier to control, which is something we've been promised for years and years and years, and has not really ever materialized.
Also, like, how popular are those compared to Sentinels? Like, is there a lot of people playing with them? Because to me, they seem to be more of a hassle Sentinel and little benefit.
Well, they used to give us stats for like which was the most common thing, and which is the most common Sentinel, which companions most used. But then since they've added Universal Vacuum, it'd be nice to see, has that made an effect?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this a card. What kind of companion do you run? Oops. What kind of companion?
And while you do that, I might as well go into the places. There's only 3.
Yep.
First one
and why is it not a Sentinel?
I don't think I can make that long a question. I don't think I have that many what's the name of the damn things? Choices in the multiple choice section.
First reply is, I think when they talked about Pets 2.0, it was suggested by a forum person, but they said likely no. But I do hope they add it. It's an unfair thing we have Sentinels and Mowers getting weapons and pets don't. Have claws, moddable, it's kind of crap. The reason why is because they were trying to add something different and give it a bit of flavour that you didn't have to. I mean, there was a lot of problems. It's now probably come to the perfect situation where you were sharing weapons with your Sentinel and they're always having the issue, like this mod is a conflict here. Yeah. Now they've added UI elements, it's easy to see at least, but
it's not just that though. It's also the fact that the mods for animal companions have been made in such a way that you'll only ever run these 8 or 10 mods as opposed to the 16 to 20 mods that you get for Sentinels. So like the buffs you get on animal companions are greatly superior than what you'd get on a Sentinels because they're linked to the Warframe that you're playing with.
Linked ones, yeah. They're supposed to be using your stats, not being a separate entity for it. But...
Yeah.
Second one is not exactly a weapon, just the ability to mod its attacks separately from its status. Also, they should make pets breed exclusive skills, be part of them, like Warframe's abilities instead of a mod. This would free up 2 mod slots for each pet. The problem with that is I do like the idea of being able to modify the AI of pets, like what I want to do. Sometimes I don't want it to be looking for lockers, other times I do want it to. Sometimes I do want it to take down enemies, other times I don't want it to be tackling down enemies. So it's a bit different in this case, but...
I mean, you could always make that standard for all of them and just have that toggle.
Yeah.
Toggles would be good, yeah, I can agree with that. And the last reply is, regardless of how people mod their pets, we should have access to separate modding for damage and utility survival mods. I simply don't understand why people wouldn't want access to broader types of builds, regardless of the form of investment. Robotic companions have it, why not allow for such expansive build diversity for our pets?
I think if you were to do that, you'd have to change how the mods work, because you'll have more option like that.
Yeah, I mean, there would be like a power creep thing happening there, or like unintended consequences unless they reworked all the mods, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's on the surface, what they're saying to me makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but I think as you were highlighting, deep down, it's got routing issues.
Yeah,
it could have just shit tons of unforeseen consequences.
And sadly, like all these things, Pets 2.0 along with Melee 3.0 are just things we will get at some point, possibly, maybe never.
Yeah, I would bet, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would bet like Melee way for Pets, because I think obviously, that would make sense from a priority list for sure.
Yeah.
But I remember Sheldon saying he was building a document. He was building a document.
Yeah.
Still blank.
It's just got the title.
He's busy.
He's
a
busy.
very busy man. He is.
Busy man.
Cool. Is that it for the topics? I think it is.
Yep.
Cool. So that's it for the topics. Awesome. Right. And now we're going to go into the memes. Loz, please tell me to put the memes in the Dropbox.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I don't remember seeing Dropbox load them at all. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, Loz. We're gonna press the button. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, they're updated.
Okay, we're gonna find out, Loz. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
This one's up.
Okay. Grendel, wah! Yep. So it's a very simple meme, very effective. Sonic, spinning ball. Samus, spinning ball. We now have
Grendel.
This is the reason we got for Grendel, and they better still call it. Was it Meatball?
Yes.
Is that the ability? It better be called Meatball. Yep. And then we have now we have the trifecta.
Yep.
Blue hedgehog, orange bounty hunter, space pirate, big boy.
Meatball. Yeah, that is trifecta in the most generous sense of it.
Yeah.
Right, and then let's go for the second meme. Oh, by the way, sorry, I didn't introduce these. Just to let everyone know, these are from the Meme Frame Reddit. So if you go to Reddit or r/Meme Frame, if you ever want, you're bored in the day and you want something to make you smile and you like Warframe, go on the Meme Frame Reddit, and they daily. I'm only picking 6 of the best because I limit myself. There is a lot more on there, so yeah, always give it. They are some very hilarious people. So next one, it should have been the easiest Eidolon to hunt for the Nightwave, not the hardest. And then we have Tiny Crab, me with a weak operator, only doing the Tridolon hunt for the Nightwave. And then veteran Tridolon hunter that has OP off.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, mine's the crab. I'm not, my operator is no crocodile.
Yeah, no, mine is basically, the little parasite that sits on the crab and eats the crab, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not even don't even register.
And
right, third one.
I'm the killer whale underneath the crocodile.
Of course, here's more Grendel. Absorb OP, please buff. Everyone else sees waves of Grenier. What Grendel sees. Food.
Everyone's complaining about Grendel's his first ability that it's going to be too OP. I was like, I'm pretty sure every single time it's going to eat something, it's just going to take a chunk of his energy away and he'll just stop being able to eat anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, it's too OP. Right, yeah.
Well, we have to wait and see. Yeah, I bet it won't be as
No.
So the fourth one, we must be getting close now. Railjack is scheduled to be released in fall of 2019.
Yep.
Monday, September 23rd. Very excited now.
Oh.
It's so funny. They use and seasons in the most generous sense of the word.
Yeah, in reality, Railjack's released in fall 2019 means all the way up to about the 20th of December 2019. Yeah, it's
pretty much
fall. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
it's fall somewhere.
I thought you were going to say the 30th of March 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Next
There's some standards. Right, now on to the fifth meme. Can't wait to play through the Fire and Flames on the how are we saying this?
Jaswin.
I can't wait till we hear somebody trying to play that off because your fingers are just going to burst in fire on that thing. I just don't know how it's going.
You guys have seen Pablo's Guitar Hero simulator thing for the Shazwin, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're actually bringing it into the game where you can actually do Guitar Hero stuff they're
literally adding Guitar Hero into Warframe.
Pretty much, and I've turned to him the second I saw it, I was just like, please tell us we can compose our own stuff.
Oh God, that's Warframe 2025 absorbs all other game types and game modes.
Yes,
right.
Dating
and the final one,
Half-Life 3 confirmed. Sorry.
Big brain meme. Mom, Wi-Fi password is on the back of the router. Back of the router. So So that's the, if people don't know, it's the Vitruvian from the Umbra Quest. Sacrifice, yes. And there you go, yep. That's the last one, meme of the week. So, Xeno, on to your community shout-out.
Okay, so I need to scroll down for these.
And I need to paste them.
Yep.
And pasting, there's a big list of shout-outs. So, first one.
Right. First community shout-out is this lovely exploiter orb by Zoe Bevans.
Oh, that's lovely. I want to adopt him. Like, that would make a good pet.
Yeah. Arachnoid pets, when?
No, wait. I want the fat Kubro. Sorry, I'm going ahead here.
I want Corgi Kubro.
Yes.
Yeah, Corgi Kubro.
Red Love Kubo.
Yep. D needs to happen. Right. Second community shout out, oddly enough, is this Kubro by AKJ. And pretty much that's what I want as a Corgi Kubro.
That's a pig Kubro, to be honest. That's like a little piglet Kubro.
But that's basically what a Corgi is.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I would
take away the nose, that's a Corgi.
Look at those fat little paws.
Yeah. Corgi Kubro. Taylor, you know you want it. Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Number 3?
Yep, number 3 is this Equinox Chibi by Elias.
Aww.
I thought this is Equinox Prime for a while, but like the head's just wrong, and then I realized, no, this is actually Dayform Equinox. And I'm stupid.
Is it not Hitsu's? No.
I'm pretty
basic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's basic, or it might be like alt head, but I'm pretty sure that's Day Equinox, just with the smiley face drawn on it.
Okay.
Faven's like, nah, I'm the Tenno-gen king here. You're wrong.
No, I
know this.
Oh, fuck, I can't be asked. Fine.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
The fourth community shout out is this Gara by Pastel. Pastel, even.
Gara, of course, since she's my main. I drew this when I first got her. That's lovely.
We also call her the Gundam kit frame because she has Gundam kits hanging off of her.
I see. Gara's a frame which I never really got into. I'm really Prime, and then I want to get into Gara a lot.
Yeah, I hate her chest. Like, I hate that stupid glass bullshit piece. Looks like a washboard / cutting board / broken violin.
No. Right, the fifth community shout out is this Wisp by Kevin Glint. I don't know if we've had this before.
Yeah, Kevin is shit. Everything he does is terrible. Let's move on.
Is it because you're sad?
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's so amazing.
Very cool.
I mean, to me, the left hand, it looks so good. It looks like it's just been cut from the game in a very poor way. I imagine it's because it's very detailed, but it looks almost like it's a game asset that just, to me, that's been ripped from the game and poorly boned. But it probably is so good that it's a real hand.
Yeah, it's just shaded well.
Yeah, but it looks like if I pulled an SFM.
Yeah.
And it just looks so. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe that's what they did.
So, yeah, maybe that's what it is. She is. Yeah.
The sixth community shout out is this gorgeous Octavia Maestra by Miss Leos.
Once again, I apologize for keeping you waiting, but it's better late than never.
Ethic.
Just looks awesome. So that's the deluxe skin Octavia. So absolutely gorgeous. Then the seventh community shout out is the Atlas Deluxe by Gasugama.
That's a beautiful illustration.
Yeah.
Oh, shit frame.
But Faven, how do you really feel?
Sorry, was I thinking out loud? I absolutely there's it's just like that deluxe skin is just rubbing me the wrong way.
And yeah, it has some weird angry fish head on it for some reason.
Yeah, it's just like I like the deluxe skins are always super out there, which I think is super cool, to be honest. It's just that it doesn't work with anything else. It's so specific.
Yeah.
Like with material choices, design, that you can't fashion frame it with anything else.
Yeah. I think like there was one of the problems with, I want to say it was Volt. Like the texture on Volt compared to all of the Tenno Gen helmets, they don't mesh up. And it's just like
yeah, it's usually down to a rough. I'm not going to go technical, but
yeah. Right, that's the 7th. The 8th.
That was not.
Oh, 7th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got them numbered.
Oh, okay.
It was 7th.
Yeah.
Right. The
I think maybe I was preempting because I already had it up and I was like, this is 8.
Yeah.
The
The 8th. Oh my god. The 8th community shoutout is this Yokai Oberon by Hitsu-san. He actually posted this on the Steam workshop today. He showed me this during the week, and it's just gotten better each step of the way. I freaking love this thing, and I want it in the game.
Can you tell what animal it is?
It's a goat.
No.
It's an animal. I'm going to say...
A reindeer?
Look at the...
I'm saying an owl, yeah. It's thematically after an owl. You look on the face.
Oh, the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, that's quite clever.
Yeah.
I just love it though. I didn't even notice that, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's more bird of prey.
Yeah, because I was talking to Hitsu because we send back and forth VIP shops to each other and stuff like that. So.
Best buddies, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a shit creator, so obviously,
I think you mean shit hot. Like looking at this.
I wish nothing but ill on him.
No, to be honest though, like I've always hated the tabard or the loincloth on Oberon, and I really feel that he's actually made something of it, and it's just like I wouldn't feel hated that I'm using this skin. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he's like that. Like from the technical perspective, like Oberon has a couple of tricky areas, and Hitsu solved it quite nicely.
Yeah.
He has a very long torso.
Yeah.
And the long.
And then 9th and final community shout out is this Wisp Grax by Faven.
Look at me.
Yep. Look at you.
Oh man.
Yep.
She's bringing the booty.
Man. Oh, not just the helmet.
Yeah, it's the helmet that really does it for me.
No, it's the ass, guys.
Well, we're trying to keep it like PG-13.
It's
and,
like I
safe for
spent
work.
so much work on that ass.
Yeah. Appreciate the
unique
MVP
selling point here.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's a 360 here. Yeah, you can load the 360 model.
zoom in on the right parts. The key assets.
Two bowling balls. I make no excuses. I spent the same amount of time on Atlas. It's a niche.
And with that note, that's it for the community shoutouts. So, Loz, are you prepared to hit us up with your quote?
You're not gonna get it. I went really old school again. I haven't gone old school in a while, so I wanted to. So I've done this. Okay. So just give up now, right? You're not gonna go for one of my crazy old films. I'll even give you the year of the film now. It's 1971. Right?
The answer is no.
Fools! They refuse to believe life exists in the void. I showed them at the Archimedean gathering what I just showed you, but no! Even with the Vitruvian, they are blind! But what do I have to do? Hit them over the head?
That's so fucking obscure. I get like stomach pain.
1971.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. This is a really interesting and odd film, and it's one of my.
Good.
I would probably put it in my top 10. I want to say.
Can you give us a genre?
Yeah.
Real world sci-fi. But like, as in like,
sci-fi.
Yeah, it's actually a really unique kind of film. Does
it have Denzel Washington in it?
No,
not 71 for sure, man.
No, it's kind of like I'll explain a bit of the plot to help you then. So, imagine the real world in 1971, and then that we had not like aliens came to Earth. What if like a virus came to Earth? Just a virus. How would we deal with that?
Is that the War of the Worlds?
No, that's when aliens came from Mars in the islands, and we get beaten by the. So it's kind of the reverse of the War of the Worlds. Actually, it's where like an alien virus.
Hold on. Shit, I'm trying to remember. Is it Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Patrick Stewart?
No, that's got like full blown aliens. This is literally a microscope. Yeah, they are. They're pods that become people.
Oh shit, no. There's another one I'm thinking of where it's in the water.
Oh, that's the remake, I think.
Does the remake have it in the water?
I think so. It gets into your blood and things in the remake, and you kind of go to sleep and you wake up, and then you are now mentally changed in the remake. Okay. Yeah, I think that's quite new actually. That's got like Daniel Craig in it.
I actually liked that one.
It was all right. It was interesting. It was different. It was kind of but this is like
Who's in it?
Alien virus. You're obviously not going to get it.
Wait. Is this Life Force?
No.
Damn it. Oh, no, wait. Life Force was like... Life Force's original name was Space Vampires. No,
starring Arthur Hill, James Olsen, Kate Reed, David Wayne, Paul Kelly, George Mitchell.
No idea.
It's a film called The Andromeda Strain. And the original quote was, "Fools, they refuse to believe that life exists in meteorites. I showed them at the astrophysics conference what I have showed you, but no, even with a microscope they are blind. But what do I have to do? Hit them over the head?" So it's basically there's a satellite that goes around collecting space dust. Yeah. And if it actually gets something unique, it comes back to Earth. But it breaks when it comes back to Earth because it's supposed to keep it contained. It literally gathered a grain of sand, right, from space, and it crashed it and it broke open. And that grain of sand contained an alien crystal virus sort of thing, like microscopic life, that eats plastic and turns blood into powder, and then it starts slowly spreading around the US, and it's like this group have to try and figure out how to stop it. Really interesting, weird film, but it was interesting.
That virus sounds like it could do a lot of good today. Just saying.
Especially with those animal companions.
But it's a weird film, but it's there we go. I was like, I want to go. You know, that was into my bed. I'm like, I'm doing like this film.
Wait, so you actually remember this quote?
No.
You remember the quote?
I remember that quote from the film. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I remember the they even have microscopes. What do I have to do? Beat them over the head? Right. It's just the scientist who's like, I refuse to believe things. I'm doing it all scientifically. They've got the science. What do I have to do? I just love it. She goes, hit them over the head. It's just I remember that quote. I couldn't find the exact quote, but I had to go find it. And then,
how did it end?
What happens? It's really interesting because it happens to most viruses. What happens with most viruses is if a virus is too effective, it kills all its hosts and it things. So with most viruses, eventually they become very
dormant.
Sort of dormant and not actually as aggressive. And the same thing happens to this. While they're trying to figure out a way to protect people from it, the virus eventually, first it goes super aggressive and it starts like eating it doesn't eat plastic at first, but it does start eating plastic, and it starts like planes that fly over the areas they just fall to pieces, and then eventually it just becomes dormant and it just doesn't hurt people anymore, and it just becomes part of the environment.
That's a pretty shit ending.
It is, but it's more, the film is more about the human's response to it and what mechanisms they try and do. And for instance, like they find from the initial place where there's where everyone in the town died, there was two survivors. One was a baby screaming, and the other one was a guy who was just sitting there drinking continuously, who was interested in a drunken stupor. And they're like, why did those two people survive and everyone else died? And they had to try and figure out why. And it was actually to do with the pH of their blood. So it's a geeky science. You're on your edge from science reasons as they're trying to stop this evil. It's actually oriented.
It's actually really interesting how many movies from like the 70s and 80s have just end in tragedy. It's like, nope, we lost.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we wanted to win. Nope, we lost.
But this film is all about it becomes mundane and part of the human ecosystem, so it's not killing people anymore. but who knows what will happen in the future? That's the point. Is they can't stop it spreading, and it's like they try and stop it. So that's the thing. It's kind of like a woo ending.
Needless to say, it wasn't successful enough to.
I think it got remade as a TV series.
Oh, of course it did.
And it is a book, actually, as well. It was
Anyway.
a book.
Anyway, before we digress any further, Faven, it's been lovely having you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It was lovely.
Yep.
I've now learned everything I need.
Learned everything you need to what?
Know about Warframe.
Cool. And well, that's it for this episode, and we'll see you lovelies.
And we're going to finish this off just like everyone else, that we're all quitting Warframe now. We're going to stop playing Warframe. Warframe is now over.
Yeah, I'm deleting my account as we speak.
Yep. It's all done. We're all burnt out. We're going to play other games.
You cannot have my stuff.
Why are you so angry? So angry, Loz. Also, I've just noticed that the Patreon names aren't actually there because the website's down.
The website is down.
The website is down.
That's a good end. That's a good note to end it.